Hey guys, welcome back to another Battlefield 6 news video, and today I have some good news for you, at least a little bit, because the bots are back in Portal. So this night Battlefield Comms has published this post right here, reintroducing bots to verified experiences. And they're writing that, as mentioned in the former update on community servers and portal experiences that we got, I think, like 2 weeks ago, we temporarily removed bots from verified experiences to support healthier matchmaking. So the actual reason why they removed this was because they ran out of servers, because everyone was hosting their own server with bots just to do these challenges. So this is the reason why they had disabled them. But now bots have returned to Conquest, Breakthrough and Rush. So these 3 verified experiences you can find in Portal. And here's what we can expect from these experiences now and from these returned bots. It is quite different than it was before. Spoiler alert. So each game now supports up to 12 bots. So no matter how big your game is, you can never completely fill it up with bots. And if bot backfill is enabled, matches require 8 players to start, and there will be up to 6 bots on each team. And I'm gonna show you what this means in a second when we're trying to host one of my servers. If bot backfill is disabled, matches require 20 players to start. So if you don't have any bots, you need more players to start a match compared to backfilling it with bots. Then if you have bots in your match, they will grant reduced XP in comparison to normal players, while normal player XP remains at 100%, similar values to multiplayer modes. Because in case you were not aware of this, the multiplayer modes that are filled up with bots and also the initiation playlist or the casual playlist that we have, when you're fighting bots in this one, the bots will also only grant you reduced XP and the normal players will give you full XP. So this is a bit weird. So when you're shooting 5 bots, it will not give you the same XP compared to shooting 5 real players. I'm a bit on the fence with this, to be honest, because especially in normal multiplayer modes, it's not your fault if the mode has to fill up with bots. Especially if you live in a region that doesn't have too many players and you're playing against bots a lot of times, it's not your fault that there are no full servers, and you should also get full XP when you're playing against these bots and not reduced XP. However, they're also writing that if bots are enabled, player stats will not see gains or losses, such as hours played, kill-death ratio and total revives. But this is not working because it's not working as intended right now, and it is actively being adjusted. So they are working on this, but for now, if you have bots enabled in your experiences, then it will not count towards these stats right here. So hours played, KD ratio and revives. What you can still do in these modes, in these bot-filled experiences, is to complete your challenges. So this has returned, which is good news, but the bots work in a completely different way now. So when you have an own Portal experience created, what you have to do now is you have to get back into them. For example, my Breakthrough experience right here, click on modify and then on teams, and here you have to click on backfill again, because this was removed during the time that the bot backfill was removed as well, or during the time it was disabled. So you have to get into your experiences again and enable backfill bots if this is what you want, and then save it again, and then it should also work again. Now, when you are in the game, what this means is that when you're trying to host your own experience, for example, the one that I had changed before, the Breakthrough experience, or maybe the Rush experience or the Conquest experience. Now, these are also the 3 experiences where I had also given you the codes before. And unfortunately, they are still not working in the way they were intended to work. Because, for example, when you're trying to host Rush and you set a password so no one can join, which was what I think everyone did before, so you can play alone against bots and do your challenges and rank up your weapons a little bit or try some stuff out, or just have a chill game against bots after a long day at work. This is still not working. So when I'm getting onto the server, what I'm seeing is that we have 13 players and it says populating with bots. And when I'm looking onto the scoreboard, the first thing I noticed here is that the bots are not tagged with bots. I'm not sure if they will be tagged with bots in game. I think so, but on the scoreboard right here, they're not tagged with bots, which I think is not great, not ideal. So they should definitely be visible as bots, but these are bots right here. So we have 12 of them plus me as a human player, which means we have 13 of the 20 that we need to start the game. So you cannot play alone anymore against bots. You need 2 squads of human players, otherwise the game will not start. So you would have 8 real players plus these 12 bots are 20 people that you need to start the game. And this is happening for all of the modes, no matter if it is Rush or Conquest or Breakthrough. You need these 20 players to start the game. So you cannot start it by yourself anymore. And because of this change, I also started to look around a bit if other experiences are working again or work in a different or similar way again with these bots. So I tried to host these experiences right here, the Hardcore Breakthrough and also the Infantry Rush. And what is happening when you're trying to host it, no matter if you try to host it with a password or not, is that you get global game quota exceeded error. So it instantly identifies this Infantry Conquest playlist as a bot farm because obviously it is still backfilled with the old bot logic that you could play against bots alone. And of course they don't want this, so you can still not host these servers right here. At least not when you're alone or when you're setting a password. So this is also still not working. So the only thing you can still do if you want to play against bots is use this casual breakthrough playlist right here that was just introduced this week or end of last week. So here you will have the same logic as we have in Portal now. You have 8 human players and the rest is filled up with bots. And then you at least have a bigger amount of bots than you would have in a normal game. So this is the closest you can get to the bot matches we had when the game was released, or also to the solo co-op matches that we had back in Battlefield 2042. And lastly, what I just wanted to show you real quick, because some of you were asking about this, is a nice experience to test all kinds of weapons and all kinds of vehicles. And this one actually you can host yourself, and you can host it even locally. So the code is DXS4. You go here to search experience under community, then type in the code DXS4, then search for it, and you will find this copy vehicle and soldier shooting range. And then you click on host, and here, like I said, you can even host it locally, so you don't need a password or anything. It's just hosted on your PC and no one else can join anyways. And here you can find quite a few interesting things. So first of all, up here you will have all of the vehicles. So the quads, the transport vehicles, all of the helicopters, all of the tanks, all of the jets as well. You have enough space to fly around with them. You have a few obstacles, a few like hoops that you can fly through and test your skills or achieve some skills if you want to try it out. You have a wall, for example, with meters right here where you can test recoil on weapons, shoot against this wall. You also have moving targets over here that you can shoot at. And you also have stationary targets right here. So here you can test quite a lot of things. Learn how to drive tanks, learn how to fly helis, how to fly jets. I think this is really helpful, especially for new players. And lastly, we also got the news yesterday that the MR missiles on the IFV were disabled for now. So Battlefield Comms wrote that they've temporarily disabled the lock-guided missiles, also known as Mr. Missiles, for the infantry fighting vehicle, or IFV, as we work to address inconsistencies witnessed with this vehicle's countermeasures. So I think this is good news for everyone flying around in a jet or in a heli where they were not able to counter these missiles coming from the IFV. So it was temporarily disabled now, even if it took them a while to disable them, and the community was asking for this for 2 weeks or so now, but they eventually disabled them and will now find a solution. And that was it for today. these were all the news there were to cover. Not too much, but I think it still is important, especially for the Portal creators out there that maybe were waiting for an update to the bot situation. I know it's not the perfect solution for it, but I think things will also change a bit more over time, and in maybe a few weeks from now we will have a different solution again. But yeah, that was it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, be sure to drop a like and subscribe, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. I'm Catwoman, and you are awesome.